Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. It's Kaghoe coming at you with another video. So this video is going to be the best preparation tips for Phase 7, the entire reputation system, a brief overview of the Scourge invasion, as well as explaining the Sanctified gear, and a few other tips and tricks, as well as consumables and things that you might not be aware of that you are definitely going to want to bring for Naxxramas. This has definitely been one of the biggest requests from you guys. I get multiple requests every day from it, so I just wanted to do my best to just pretty much highlight all the new stuff, as well as, highlight things that are being changed that we know they're being changed, but we don't really have any data on it because it has been locked out for us. But before we get into the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Everything you guys do helps my channel grow, helps me get discovered, and helps me help as many people as possible, which is the entire point of my channel. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So there are a few things that you need to be aware of with Naxxramas. The biggest ones are going to be getting attuned to the raid. So I have not seen anything that suggests that the attunement process is changed in any capacity right now, and that means we have the general attunement from normal classic WoW, which is not bad at all here on Season of Discovery, but it is going to require you to at the very least get your reputation with Argent Dawn. You're going to need to get your AD rep to at least honored for the bare minimum turn-in. So there are 3 turn-ins, and you need to have honored, and then you get 60 gold, 5 arcane crystals, 2 nexus crystals, and 1 righteous orb, and you're going to bring it to Light's Hope Chapel once this goes live to turn it in. However, I would highly recommend that you get to Revered, because Revered is only 30 gold, 2 arcane crystals, and 1 nexus crystal. And then if you are a gamer and you were really bored in Phase 3 like many of us were who continued to play the game, you could have actually gotten all the way to Exalted with AD. My mage is almost there, so I definitely did on my mage instead of my druid, but my guild needed me to tank, so I am now maining my druid as the main tank of our raid. Anyway, so my Argent Dawn rep is slacking a little bit on my ult, so I've been grinding it all the way up here, and I actually stopped it here to show you what you should do to maximize your AD rep. So to do Argent Dawn rep, the best way is to just kill mobs. I like Stratholme and Skullomance. You can kill mobs in Western Plaguelands, Eastern Plaguelands to get Scourge stones, but Stratholme and Skullomance are definitely the best rep per hour. You get your Argent Dawn commission, as well as if you do the quest in Stratholme, you can upgrade your Seal of the Dawn to give you attack power or spell power while fighting undead mobs. And that allows you to get these Scourge stones, which are bonus. They will drop reputation without it. However, you can get these Scourge stones to get even more reputation. And if you are min-maxing this rep, you should just hard grind from neutral all the way to revered, like as you can see right here. And you should save all of your Argent Dawn Valor tokens. You should even save the turn-ins for the stones and Invader Scourge stones. However, I needed to get shoulder enchants, so I went ahead and turned them all in as I went, because I wasn't trying to grind all the way to Exalted. I was just going to revered. So as you can see, we have all of these combinations that I've relatively saved, and now we're going to go turn these in, and then we are going to use some of them to get to Revered. If you're going to Exalted, you do not want to turn in any of them at all, and so we are going to turn these in right here, get 25 reputation per turn in, as well as another Valor Stone. So as you can see, there's the 25 rep per turn in. Then we're going to turn these in as well. And another thing is, if you are a absolute oiler and have a ton of gold, you can use the war effort combinations here. So this, I bought a stack of rugged leather for 15 gold, and essentially I'm going to turn these in and show you how much rep that gives. So that gives 75 rep. So for about 15 gold, you can get 150 rep right there, and that is obviously relative to server prices and just what it is on my server, so I wouldn't take that too literally. And then I'm going to just use these tokens in order to get my reputation all the way up to Revered. I definitely could go and blast them. These tokens are used for getting shoulder enchants, but if you did MC, you probably have already unlocked these by turning them in and getting your shoulder enchant quests. So that is just something you can do and be aware of. They did change the shoulder enchant quests to be at honored, so you don't have to go any higher. But that is the entire sort of overview for the Argent Dawn rep, what you need, why you should do it, and how you can farm it, and the best ways to go about it. There are real runs happening all the time, so if you don't want to just sit there and blast from 1 to 60, or sorry, from neutral to exalted or revered, a lot of people actually go and do Skolo and Strath every day for their real runs to get some reels going. So you can definitely do a Strath Skolo run every day, yield yourself 25 reels, and just sort of make it easy, like a little daily quest for yourself. But anyway, let's talk about the Scourge Invasion. So the Scourge Invasion is going to be very, very important, and it is going to be up the entire time here on Season of Discovery, very similar to how the War Effort was up the entire time. So we are going to switch it over here, and I'm going to highlight this Wowhead article that gives you a brief overview of it, as well as this Wowhead article on the Scourge Invasion. I also made a video 4 years ago called Everything You Need to Know About the Scourge Invasion and what you can turn in, where you can go, things you can do, and I definitely think it'll help you a lot if you need that. I look so different. My camera's facing the other way, my hair is parted the other way, but I do have this map here, and I also posted this in my Discord, which you can definitely click in the link below. It's in my guild chat post, but this is where all these Scourge Invasions spawn, in these 4 locations. So we have Blasted Lands, EPL, Tenaris, Winter Spring, Jara, and the Burning Steppes. So those stars that you see are the places that they spawn at all 4 of these locations. So very, very important that you understand where to go and what you do. You pretty much just kill mobs at these locations, and what you're going to be looting actually is different in SOD. We do not know exactly how the entire Sanctified process goes, what we're going to need with that, and where we're headed with that. But that brings us to our next point of talking about that right there. So please understand the Sanctified gear system before we go into Naxxramas, because we are going to have a week of grinding the Scourge Invasions before Nax even comes out, that you are going to want to sit there and make sure you are blasting that. So I'm going to switch it over to the article that best explains the Sanctified system and what we need to know with that. So as we can see, the Seal of Dawn trinkets and Season of Discovery, this sort of breaks down. I've talked about this before, but trinket bonuses will scale based off Sanctified items. So this is very similar to the Time Worn thing that we see right now with AQ. And including tier 3 items are Sanctified. So at rank 10 of your Sanctified trinket, it will increase your bonus by 25% per piece. So we are going to be insanely giga juiced for Naxxramas, to the point where it's almost going to be required to do the hard modes to have all this Sanctified gear. So that is why the invasion is going to be very, very important. We also found a spell hinting that there might be limits on how many Sanctified items affect this trinket. Sanctified plus 3 treats your Sealed On bonus as if you were wearing 1 additional piece of Sanctified armor. Your total cannot exceed 2. So very interesting. I think this also could just be a buff to give people like a way to nerf or balance the raid. Just give people plus X Sanctified. So like if you enter the raid, you're plus 5 Sanctified with nothing modified, and then as the power level goes up, it would change. But here are an example of the DPS trinket. So you start with this, and as you can see, it's about 1% of your Sanctified. Then it goes to 3, 4, 7, 8, 12, 14, 18, 21, and then at the highest rank, you are getting 25% damage and 25% health per each piece, and that could be 17 pieces in total, which is kind of crazy. So that you can do the math there. We're talking like almost 500 to like 750% increase right there, and that is quite nutty. And so this is where you're going to be grinding these things and being ready to get it. The only thing we know is that they drop materials from the invasion as well as inside of Naxxramas. So that's literally all we know that you're going to be doing. You're going to be farming the Scourge Invasion. You're going to be getting those pieces, and you are going to It's going to help you raise your Sanctified level for your trinket. So once again, I looked on the PTR, I couldn't find any of this. I think it will just go live, and we're going to have to discover. It is Season of Discovery after all, so, you know, it makes sense to have to do all that. Then a few things I would highly recommend. Today is the last day to test Naxxramas on the PTR, so if you are bored, you're watching this video, go out there, test it. If you've never been in Nax, it will definitely be a huge help to go out there and learn Naxxramas and test that out. Actually, until Nax goes live, you cannot even set your hearth here at Light's Hope Chapel, but this is definitely the place to do it. It does serve as an inn. As you see, I instantly logged off right there, so that's good at least. I'm going to now hop over to my bank alt to show you guys some consumables and things you want to have. So I would highly recommend that you take all the stuff that you had for AQ, whether you're tank, DPS, healer, all those consumables, they stay the same, so you're not going to change anything with that. However, as far as protections go, there are some additional protections you are going to want to bring, and that is these little potions right here called Greater Frost Protection Pots. So back when I did all my fishing, I've literally saved those for this entire time, saved quite a bit of them. I have a few more spread out throughout my characters, but Greater Frost Protection Potions are massive to bring, as well as Greater Shadow Protection Potions. Those are going to be very helpful for Naxxramas and a few other bosses there. They just do that damage, so be aware of those protections and make sure you're bringing them. I do not know if you're going to need FR on Season of Discovery. A great example is Visitus. You don't really need that much nature res, as well as the game just sort of gives you a lot of nature res with the new AQ stuff. I don't know if they're doing the same thing with Frost res, as well as with our power levels on Season of Discovery and the things you can bring. I do think that you will be able to just have 5 healers and blast through it. You could bring more than 20 people if you really need to get through SAF and KT. I don't think FR is going to be that insanely required, given how NR was not required for Visitus. However, time will certainly tell, and I could be very wrong, so it cannot hurt to build up your Frost Res pieces. Go and get that Frost Res and try your best to take down SAF in KT. But finally, one other tip is Kaghoe Crypts. So I made a video going there and exploring that. You have a week. I would highly recommend that you go in there and either die and go through it, or just simply mage blink through it. Because going into there and learning the Kaghoe Crypts, I'd imagine that the structure is going to be very similar to DFC, and they used a lot of the assets that are already there in the Crypts. So learning that path is going to be very nice. Go in there, go explore it, see what's up with it. Because while it could be an instance and completely different, I think some of that pathing is going to be the same. So you will be able to learn that path, go in there and see things before it goes live and you have to deal with the darkness while you're trying to go through. Once again, we have no idea what to expect with Kaghoe Crypts, but I think it could definitely help you guys out and do that. But anyway, I'm going to pin those assets down below. I will pin my video as well as this wowhead for the Scourge invasion so you guys can understand that. But that's all I got for you guys. I am so excited for Phase 7. I cannot wait for this to go live in about 9 days, and I truly hope this guide and these tips and tricks help you out a ton. If you have any questions, anything else you think I missed or would like to add, definitely drop it down below. I do read all of your comments. So until next time, I'll see you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Hey you. Yes, you. Are you still there? Well, I appreciate you for taking the time to watch this entire video and making it to the end here. If you enjoyed this video, definitely check out the other videos about World of Warcraft listed in these playlists down below. And thank you again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.